few unimportant rules at both the Mathematics Society and the Science Fiction Club, but I feel that these aren't really relevant to the position. What's more important is, back in my grade 3 class in elementary school, I was elected to Students' Council, and while I was there, I feel that I had a true impact on my elementary school during the 1.5-hour meeting I attended, and I think that I can bring this experience forward to the Federation and make it a better place.
Aside from some involvement in my elementary school and my high school, I've also done a few other things on campus since arriving at Waterloo. In 2008, I was a member of the Federation Orientation Committee, working for 8 months with St. Jerome's University to help bring a great orientation experience to first years then. I've also been involved in the board of directors for the last 2 years in the Federation of Students, and I've been a counselor for almost 4 years now, actually sitting as the longest continuing counselor within the Federation of Students. I've served on the EAC, that's the Educational Committee. I've served on the Governance Awareness Committee, the Long Range Planning Committee, the Budget Committee, as well as a host of other different committees. I've also been a resident like Dawn. I helped organize 2 AMP leadership conferences. I've also been working with Science by attending all of their board of directors meetings to help represent students in that faculty. And generally, I've also just been a nice guy on campus.
Given that you'll be picking up where the current president left off, what are your thoughts on where you want to take the proposed idea of this new student building on campus? And what do you think was the biggest mistake the last time Feds attempted to get a new student building?
I think that we tried something a little different when we brought the new Student Services building. Looking at the example of the University of Western Ontario, where they tried to bring a new Student Services complex and spent over $100,000 plotting out a full building and having all the plans out. We tried to go a route that was a little bit more conservative and have a more scant plan so that students wouldn't feel that we'd already wasted, or used rather, a lot of money before a proposal was even approved. I think that approach failed, and the reason was that students do want to know what they're going to be voting for. It's really hard to say that I'd like to commit $49.50 every term to something when there's not really a full-out plan. So I really think that it's been good that over the last year the plan has been developed, that President Malagish has worked with Dennis Huber and all the other people in central administration and institutional planning analysis to really create a full-out plan and find out what services are needed, where it's going to go, what the building's going to look like, and everything else that's related to a fully detailed plan. And I think that when students see the new plan coming forward, they'll be a lot more satisfied and a lot more able to make a fully educated decision when it comes to the next referendum on that topic of the new student services building.
I think the biggest mistake that was made during the past year for the new student services complex was making students feel like they had a choice. Rather than giving them the option of would you like to spend money on this new building, it should have been passed in a council meeting, preferably done behind closed doors or in camera, so that we wouldn't have other people becoming informed about it. And then 2 years later, once the money is already committed and construction has begun, running a campus question in imprint saying, do you approve of the new general services complex? From this, we can get results from maybe 4 or 5 different students about whether or not they feel we did accurately represent them. And using that, we can properly ignore them and continue doing what we want anyway.
And with that,